y'all can hear me clearly. Let me check the chat, Mob. Hope I ain't have anything because we're gonna get to this show, man. This is very, very very, very important episode. But yeah, yeah, I digress. Everything's going crazy like that. Yeah, so who can save you, right? I always hear about these people, right? The mayor, right? Everybody's always talking about what is Paul Young doing, right? Let's talk about the black church, man. The church ain't doing, they taking all our money. Now, what is it? What about the police chief, man? CJ Davis, man, he need to fire her. She ain't do that right, man. She ain't doing that right. We need to get rid of her. It's like, what about John Moran, man? You know, John Moran, basketball player, man, they got all the money. We need them to come together. And everybody's favorite rapper, Yo Gotti. Or rappers for their part. And they need to do something too, man. We need them, man. We need them to be a part of this. Nah, we don't need any of them. Ladies and gentlemen, all we need is you. Yeah, that's all we need. It's a commitment from you, right? And ultimately everything will be okay. All right, everything's rocking right now. So, yeah, heal thyself. So they go to that. That's all. That's the main thing. The makeup of our community seems to be the people in this picture, right? You want to talk, you want to know the checklist of what to talk about in our community in this city. Like, you'll make it in every conversation if you can talk about the 6 things. It's 6 degrees of separation, right? This is the whole makeup of every conversation in our city, which when the conversation should be about you and what makes you happy, right? That's what you should teach the kids. And you know, before I teach kids or teach younger people that, I have to show them. I have to be there. So I focus on what makes me happy. And one of the things that doesn't make me happy, social media doesn't make me happy, y'all. So you never see me posting pictures. I don't know what a like is. I appreciate if you like the mob or you like what I do, you know, as far as the YouTube thing. That's fine because I enjoy doing it. But just put a picture up and somebody like it and talking about I got the new design of this song, I don't care nothing about that. I became a better person and a better man when I became a worse dresser. But I stopped caring about the label and the brand and start focusing on what really made me happy instead about what makes you feel good for me. Like, I wish they wore more design. No. All I can tell you is that my ass is clean. So yeah, so all I can do is heal thyself and make thyself happy and focus on that. What makes me happy might not rock with you. Social media and being seen and being out doing all that with others, that ain't what my happiness. So I can remove myself from all of this. At times you might not see or hear from me or see me on social media. And I ain't doing it to prove no point. It's just me. Right? And I wish more of our people understood. So, yeah, because none of these people can ultimately heal you, right? Or help you. All right, bet. We rocking. Appreciate that. Shout out to the executive producer. My guy Bruno, man, been rocking with me since the beginning of us doing this. We was talking about doing this, and we doing it, my boy. I'll let him. But yeah, heal thyself, right? Shout out to the Mob Stars, right? That's the cool. Y'all get to know him a little better. Y'all get to know him. Shout out to the chat, man, right? We're real gang, right? No colors, though. Only the chakras. We know the reason behind the colors. So, all right, so a 15-year-old Victor Cooper, honor student, lost his life. An honor student was one of our golden minds of our community. So how does a 15-year-old end up shot? I don't know. No matter what it is, he hasn't even been here long enough to have that kind of resume to deserve that, right? But it happens often in our community. And that could have been the brilliant mind that changed a lot of things for us, right? We've all been 15 and we've all made a few poor decisions. Ultimately shouldn't lead to us losing our life. But I usually don't share stories like these, just talking this focusing on like people being shot and people because we get enough of it. But there's a purpose behind this story that we hear from both ends of the spectrum. We have a 15-year-old and we have an elderly man talking, right? And they're both in fear of one another. And I just want you all to understand that that's the environment that we have. Nobody likes nobody. Like the older people don't like the younger people are in fear of the older people, and the people in the middle are just getting caught up because they're afraid of everybody. Everybody's afraid of everybody. It'll make more sense when you hear this clip, right? And that is Victor Cooper, you all, honor student. No longer with us. Like I said, it's unfortunate every time I get enough of sharing these stories. But there's a purpose behind this one, right? Let's check this out.
Long, we've been gathering information, working to learn more to tell you about a 15-year-old who was shot and killed on South 3rd near South Parkway in South Memphis. WREG's Alan Self has been talking to the victim's mother and others who knew that young man. And Alan, what's the latest tonight?
Shay, the victim's mother told us 15-year-old Victor Cooper was an honor roll student with a promising future.
But I heard he was a good boy. He was doing good in school. It just at the wrong time. You can be here one day, then the next day you can be gone. It's sad.
Teenagers in the South Memphis community.
Now he's 15 with that mentality. I don't know who that's fair to. It's definitely not fair to him. One day you here, next day you gone. We had that song. That's our song. This is UGK. We know that, but it's not how you want to think about life at 15 years.
Remember Victor Cooper. Friends and family knew him as CB. We spoke with his mother, Marquita Cooper, who was too emotional to go on camera. But she wanted to make one thing clear. Her son was a good kid. She described him as a scholar who excelled in academics and says he wouldn't hurt a fly. She's heartbroken over his senseless death. CB was shot in the 1400 block of South 3rd Street and later died at the hospital. Police say CB knew his killer. When we arrived to the scene today, we saw 2 detectives investigating. They told us they were still trying to piece together what happened. South Memphis resident Ernie Shelton says he's lived in the area for over 70 years, and this is the worst it's ever been.
It ain't never been like this. I'm scared of them. I am afraid of them, but they never been like this before. I am afraid of them, and it starts at home and it ends in the graveyard.
So he's an elderly man. He's lived in the community for over 70 years. So that's a blessing to even make it to pass, right? He's lived there for over 70 years, and this is his mentality. He's never seen it like this, right? And he has his perspective and his opinion, and I definitely respect my elders, and I definitely take heed to what he's saying. But I also know that many of our elders just watch the news and don't take into account that there's an agenda being pushed by the news as well. And that's why the younger generation, myself and younger, we got to get it right? We have an understanding about these things. But anyway, I digress. He's saying he's in fear, right? The elderly man who's 70 plus. Now let's hear from the peer of Victor Cooper, who's 15-year-old. How does he feel with his friends walking around in Memphis, right? I'll tell you.
A local teen named Kai says being a teenager today is a dangerous game. He says it's easy to get caught up in violence while doing nothing wrong.
We can be some kids that's wearing hoods and folks just think we probably trying to do something or get us mixed up with the wrong person and end up killing us. That's why every time I walk with something in the group with my friends, I be like, watch out or something. Just make sure.
Kai, shout out to Kai. He's a young leader. He's going to be somebody. We just got to make sure that he stays on the right track, right? Everybody, whoever his parents or whoever his big brother is, they got him right because he's a natural leader. So he's looking out for his peers. He's like, man, you never know who's going to try to kill us or shoot us because of older people are in fear. So what y'all talking about, the young people acting, and the young people ain't like how they used to be. I don't know what's wrong with them. No, The adults are not like they used to be. We got kids in fear losing their life from you shooting. I used to be in fear of somebody shooting me. I wasn't in fear of an adult shooting me when I was 15. That's crazy. And you got a 70-plus-year-old man who is afraid of you. I don't think 70-plus-year-old people were afraid of me when I was 15. They might not like me, and I might not like them, but I don't think they were in fear of me. And I wasn't in fear of them. I had respect for them. That's it. That's all you need.
Can't pay attention to your surroundings.
So just pay attention to your surroundings. That was it. That's sad. So what kind of environment does this create? Like a tornado takes hot and cold. You need heat and you need cold, right? You need both. You gotta have the environment. You gotta have everybody in fear of one another, right? And then you'll be wondering, who can save us? We need to get a new one of these people. They can do it. I'm mad at them too. And then you go watch a blog or something talking about them. Not knowing that it's you. You're not even doing what you want to do, right? So the media controls so much. So the narrative that's being pushed is an agenda, right? And the agenda is for you to not be detached. They want you to be attached to your phone, want you to be attached to the television, want you to be attached to everything the government's giving you, food, Obama phone, all this stuff. Everything that you need in life, they'll provide for you. But you can give it yourself. But if you allow us to give it to you, we can control you better, right? And that's what's happening. Everybody's attached. We binge watching. Like I said, you can't put the phone down. Families don't talk anymore. So really, we know what you're doing, and you don't even know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying, right? You don't even know why you're doing it. But we can monitor you at all times. So that's an agenda. So the biggest enemy to all of this is the person that detaches himself from it all. Right? And I always say, I don't really care about what Joe Biden or Donald Trump is doing because I know, hey, this country does burn to hell. And it does, go down. If the currency goes back to the lowest currency on the planet, hey, the people that I come from, the ancestors that I come from nothing. And I should always remember that. That's where I come from. Like, I don't come from designer clothes and foreign cars and bands, telephone, phone, money phone. I don't have that. I don't care about Rolexes. I don't come from that. So when things go back to being like the dirt, this country goes back to being like what we call a third world country. I'm not for it. I ain't pushing it, but hey, man, where I come from is gonna go back to where I come from. And some of you people out here have never been there. Some of your cultures have never been there. So when it goes back to that, I understand the essence of where I come from. So we need people who don't know how to food, like provide their own food, know how to fish, hunt, know how to farm. You gotta know how to do all that. I'm getting to learn all of these things, right? I suggest you do the same. So when things go back to what they were in the beginning, you're gonna have to detach. You're gonna have to be, I hope the men are in good enough shape to go walk or run or if you gotta run for a certain amount of time, you gotta walk for a few miles. You gotta be in good enough shape to do all those things. So hey, get you a gym membership, do some push-ups, or you some laps because hey, it's gonna hit. If it doesn't hit on your generation, it'll hit on your kids. So this mentality has to be passed down from generation to generation because if you're dependent on Uber Eats and you can't get up and run or get up and walk a mile to go get what you gotta do, you might have to go get the water for your family. It's gonna go back to that. I hate to tell you that. If things go like, you got the BRICS currency, the American dollar goes back to what it was, what they're projecting it to be, that's what it's gonna be. And you can't be like, man, I missed my Wi-Fi. I missed my cell phone and my binge watching Power all day. No, that ain't what it's about anyway, bro. That ain't what it's about anyway. And it's my job to prepare you for that. So that man or that woman who is prepared for that to happen is the enemy of the powers that be. And in our next clip, we're going to talk about Agenda 21. Right? This is from a James Jagger film. And he's going to tell you the purpose of detachment and why you being attached to all these things is exactly what they want you to do. Check this out. We're talking about you, the Memphian, the one that's watching this show. You can change everything, just you. Check this out.
Agenda 21 is kind of a code name for a master plan originated at the United Nations to change the political and economic system of the world to one of total collectivism. And in order to do that, people must not be allowed to have independence. They must be dependent on the state for everything. Otherwise, they won't be easily controlled by the state.
So it goes back to our good friends, the Democrats, the Democratic Party. And I don't care for either party. I care for the independent party, whoever that is, because independence is the only way I can be is what I push. But the Democratic Party, they always coming with these programs, right? Well, we're going to improve your housing. We have a housing program. How'd they work for? Well, they come with this program. Well, we had, like I said, Barack Obama, hey, cool brother in the suit. Hey, whatever. I ain't gonna say too much negative about my people, but the Obama phone. Hey, ooh, they got free phones. We running for it. Just like this, and I'll say this before I continue the rest of the video. Do we understand that out of convenience, a lot of things happen out of convenience, right? And we don't feel like, hey, man, I don't really like going to cash my checks. I don't want to go to the bank. But they gave us debit cards. That's easier for them to track what we're doing, what we're spending our money. And they charge us for every transaction. You spend $1 at the dollar store, they're going to charge you 2 cents, which is nothing. They're going to charge you just enough that you don't notice. They charge that to everybody for every transaction made on every card because it's convenient for you. They make us lazy. They take advantage of it. But I'm saying, go back to the original brother and sister.
That means they can't have private property, mostly. They cannot have land of their own. They have to live in, preferably, high-rise apartments that are provided to them by the state as a benefit, so to speak. Oh, good, we got a free apartment. But these people at the top want all humans to be dependent on the largesse of the state. That means that they don't want anybody living out in the boonies. Anybody that's got a couple of acres of land and his own water supply and can grow his own food and that kind of thing, or have some sheep or some chickens, these people are a threat.
And we know who's living like that. It ain't the melanated people of America. It used to be. It used to be my grandfather, your grandfather, and your grandmother, and your great-great-grandmother, and mine. They all used to farm. They used to go out there and get them some sweet potatoes. That's where all the recipes come from that they stole. All these sweets and all of these things and all them chitlins and fried chicken and all those things like that, right? That's where it comes from. But we no longer have it, right? So I told you, the biggest threat to this, as he's saying, is a person that's detached, a person that can go out and eat off the land, a person that can fish, a person that can hunt, a person that's in good enough shape to do these things. Because when it all goes back to reverse as the plan is, those who can't walk for a couple of miles, those who can't run, those who can't hunt, those who can't understand what to eat off the land, the plan is for you to die off. But the plan, that's my opinion. And it seems the same thing with COVID, like I said, not to make this about conspiracies or whatnot, but we can see the agendas being pushed. If you had any underlying issues, COVID could take you out. So get the check. Y'all, it's all the same, man. Check this out.
To the collectivist society. Because they aren't going to go to the politicians and say, please feed me, please clothe me, please give me shelter. They tend to be independent. That's the secret behind Agenda 21.
Independent and detached. Two of the same thing.
They want people out of the country. They want corporations out there growing all the food and that kind of thing, but they don't want anybody living out there because that way they cannot be controlled. In order to control mankind, we have to get them all into the big cities. We have to rack them up and stack them up, get them dependent on the state for their food, their shelter, their electrical power, their water, everything. That's the dirty secret behind Agenda 21.
You see, probably never heard of it. Even if that's not what they call it, right? You can see Agenda 21, and I'm sure it's probably, is it 21 steps? I see a lot of agendas being pushed. But the one that I'm concerned about is the agenda that I'm pushing. That's all I can do. To offset many things. To be the example. Y'all, like I said, y'all don't see me out here because I'm detached. I really don't, bro. I got Instagram pages and all this. I used to be putting stuff up. I used to be with y'all. Then I figured out, like, man, I don't care nothing about what the hell is a like. What is a follower? I understand that. I appreciate everybody who follows and supports the mob. But if it was just for me to be holiday, I got a picture up, a lot of people like to see me, I don't get it. And I thought maybe it was weird of me to feel that way as an entertainer when I was making my music, dropping my music. Like, I just didn't feel like doing it for the game. Never made me happy. So maybe that was my reason for getting out of a lot of things. It's never been the music. I think it's just the social media thing. It have to be like, makes me feel like a fish in a fishbowl. And like just tap dancing Negro. And I can't do that. So yeah, so it is, like I said, we always focus our energy on these people and blaming these people that you see in this picture. These are the 6 degrees of being a black Memphian. Like I said, you can talk about these people, political figures, church leaders, police, sports players, rap. But you can make it, if you can talk to anybody in Memphis all day. But talk about these issues. Talk about Agenda 21. Talk about heal thyself, meaning a healthy self. Talk about replacement techniques, right? Talk about those things. You may find some people not want to talk to you. So yeah, let's go back to the Agenda 21 and attach it. So 19 keys. I fool with 19 keys. I'm sure if he comes through Memphis, we're gonna try to get him on the mob, right? But 19 keys sat down with Nick Cannon. They did an interview, and Nick Cannon is a successful brother. Has a lot to say. He's put his neck on the line and said a few things that the powers that be didn't agree with, but he's successful. And he does. I think he lives by his own agenda and his own happiness, right? But he's woke. He's woke. So they were talking about how powers that be and how society pushes a childlike mentality on our culture. Because you look outward. You look outward. Remember, I shared with my Billy Carson, and he said about the worship gene. And when they turn the worship gene off, a gene that they can turn on and off inside of all people, you stop looking for outward for everything. Like, wow, there must be some kind of force that made that happen. And when they turn this gene off, you start to look within. Like, I'm the one that did that. I'm the one that created it. I'm the one that put myself in this situation. I'm the one that's going to get myself out of it. So with a childlike mentality, you blame others. And they're going to talk about the religion and how God's depicted as a father. So that puts you in a childlike mentality. And we're not knocking anybody's spirituality, right? That's not the discussion. We're talking about the mentality that society pushes upon us with the agenda, which just goes with Agenda 21, how they need you so dependent. Anyway, check this out. 19 keys from Nick Cannon talking about detachment in Agenda 21, so many words.
Society where people are not truly focused on needs is more so a desire-based society, right?
Yeah.
And then that's where capitalism and media industry and commerce all comes in, is completely based on, you know, how do we get people to focus on their desires, their dark desires more so, right, than their actual needs.
Yeah.
Because if your needs are fulfilled, we have no way to control you.
Right.
Right? If your needs are fulfilled, we have nothing to sell you after this.
Right.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's why, for me, is really like stripping and looking at ourselves as human beings and like, all right, why am I making this decision? Then once you identify that, you got to go back to like, damn, all right, what happened to me? What was that child that first needed that need that was never actually dealt with?
See, he's talking about accountability, right? Right? I told y'all, we were coming here, we had one purpose. I'm on Facebook, we're coming here with a purpose, right?
We're coming to get our check.
So yeah, he's talking about accountability, right? He's talking about when you check it, you'll know why. Like, why did I do that? What was in me that caused that? That's self-reflection and looking within. So why was I mad? If you even see jealousy, what makes me envious of this person? What makes me mad about my situation? What's making me depressed? Why am I so angry? You ask yourself that. You'll look within. And that's when you have, you know, the process, right? You stop blaming others. Because if the devil made you do this, and this entity made you, put you here in position to do this, what are you doing? You don't do nothing. You just sit there, right? You shift it around all over the place by no motion of your own. Or are you accountable for everything that's going on in your life? Think about it.
And that became the adult that's still chasing that empty space. You feel me? So it gets to that place to where not everybody, but a large percentage of society is desire-based. Their needs is completely unfulfilled, right? So they never get to an elevated place to where they're thinking above their needs.
The needs are never fulfilled. Greedy people. You'll never have enough designer. You look at these people on TV and these entertainers, right? I keep my ear to the streets. I'm not obsessed with it like a lot of you are, but I know what's going on. These people aren't happy. Lifestyle of the rich and famous. I know some things and I know a few people. I'm not gonna mention any name, but I know for a fact that a lot of these people aren't happy because that's what it's not about. So you get all of these things and they show you this stuff, right, on all the images we see. Makes us feel like, man, I want one of that. I want a house like Jay-Z got. I want a house like Drake got, whatnot, right? Not knowing that person's not happy. So they just put you on a path. Now, and I'm not speaking about Drake or Jay-Z specifically, but they get all of it. All these people with these great things and all this money, it doesn't make you happy. So it puts you on the path of wanting those things. You can never fulfill that. You'll always be empty when you're chasing material stuff.
Thinking above their desires. And that's when you're thinking about what you want to do for others, of service. That's when you plan your imagination. That's a completely different life.
Right. Yeah, that's heavy. That's funny when you put it that way. I was just studying really the ideals of the way society ultimately is ran as children. You know what I mean? And when you say like needs, like really it's fulfilling a bunch of children's needs. And even the way like religion is set up, that as humans, we always have to desire a patriarch.
You hear that? We're always designed to be looking. And that helps society because you're waiting on a savior. No matter how bad things are, they're going to get better when this person comes or when this happens. Right? But what are you going to do until then? Because you have the mentality that I control it. I'm the reason why I can fix this. It's my mentality. It's my outlook. It's my perspective. It's me. The whole time it was me. I had to realize that about myself. So trust me, I'm not speaking on a journey that I haven't walked. And I'm still walking it. It's something you'll continue to walk in. No one has this down. There's no Floyd Mayweather. It's right. Right. We all take our loss. We all have our tips. But to have that understanding when I'm going through these things gets me out of a lot of things. It keeps me out of a lot of conflict and anxiety, depression, and all the things that I see others going through in our community, in our culture.
And that's where we build our God to be a father. You know, because otherwise, once you understand the God within you, or once you understand, you get to such a level and you become the one who's supplying the needs. You become the provider. You have a different outlook on, you no longer become part of the herd. You know what I mean? Like it's when the sheep become the shepherd, to where in that process, there's freedom. You know, but you know what I mean? Like it's like some people are very comfortable being the child.
Some people are very comfortable being the child, right? Being the child allows us to blame others, right? We can always blame our parents because I'm a child. What can I do? Child can do nothing. When you're the adult, you're accountable. When you have accountability, you're not looking outward. You kind of understand that I put myself here and I'm capable of doing everything I need to do to get myself out of it as well. All from within.
That's a fact.
Until you step, you know, like you got it. Until you step into that patriarch or matriarch. But it's you know, there's the people who, they say it's two type of people in the world. It's those who want to believe and those who know.
So are you a believer or a knower? Then that's hitting that can talking like that. I have conversations with the mob stars about these kind of things all the time, right? We talk about it. Are you a believer or no? Because when you think on a higher level, those who think on a higher level, they don't believe, you know. And the only thing that you can truly know is yourself. Because if you're a believer, you start to believe in these people. Not saying that they can't do great things. Not saying that they won't do great things. Maybe they can help. If they don't, so be it. You can't sit around and continue talking about them and what they're doing. Damn, I heard Paul Young ain't did this. All he's done is this. Hey man, that has nothing to do with what you should do for you and yours. I doubt that our people, that our ancestors cared about politics as much as we care about. I doubt they cared about music. Nat King Cole. What did Nat King Cole do? They didn't care. As long as Nat King Cole made those hot records, he didn't care. They folks was out in the field doing what they had to do. They probably didn't care about what Jim Brown did or whatnot on the football. If Jim Brown scored a few touchdowns, so be it, right? They did care about what Muhammad Ali did because he was putting on. And Ali was much more than a boxer. So I can understand them caring about that. But ultimately, when those people, our ancestors were focused on bettering them. They didn't have all the cell phone, laptop, computer, flat screen TV, Wi-Fi in the car. You got everything to keep you detached from what you need to do. Like everybody's talking about this, like, oh man, kids ain't how they used to be. No, the adults aren't how they used to be. That's the new quote. But yeah. So detach. Because like I said, the American dollar might go zilch, go down to zero, right? So when that happens, I wouldn't want us to go down with it. We came here from nothing. People that look like us had nothing in this country. Couldn't even sit down and eat at the same table. Everybody like, oh man, you on that old school stuff? Man, I just ain't gonna forget. I'll never forget. And to forget makes you become like, oh man, I ain't never been there. You just think that things have always been how they are. No, I'll never forget, because it might go back. And I don't want to ever go back to that as if we've never been there before, because it's headed back to that. Now, we're going to get to our hero story the other day. Straight out of Memphis, Miss Pam Moses. Miss Pam Moses. We'll get to that. A little politics involved in that. But first, well, now, you know what? We'll get to that. I say that for later. We're going to do the Pam Moses story. We're going to keep things in order. That is Miss Pam Moses, right? So Pam Moses was, I think, 2018. She had a court hearing. I think she was getting off on charges and whatnot. Everybody, that's why you don't share our people with mugshots, but it's relevant to the story. She was having something going on. She was being held at the 201 Poplar, wherever it's at the same facility they hold the women at. Anyway, she was in jail, right? So she got out and she went to go get her voter clearance, and the clerks had told her everything she needed to do to get her rights to vote. So the judge on her case, told her that she was trying to commit like fraudulent paperwork to get her voting right. And she told him, like, hey, I've done nothing wrong, right? That's what Miss Moses said to the judge. I've done nothing but what the clerk told me to do to get my voting rights back so I can vote. And the judge was very harsh with her. There's some really nasty things to her, and threatened to lock her up for 4 to 8 years, right? So, that was years ago. We fast forward to today. And here we go. Pamela Moses. Some of you may recognize her when she ran for mayor. That's where I recognize her from. She ran for mayor in the election that Paul Young won. There were so many candidates that I kind of didn't remember her name like that. But yeah, so many people. I can understand if you don't remember everybody. But now she's running for U.S. Senate. And I believe that judge was punished and she was found innocent of all the things that she was being accused of doing. She didn't do anything wrong. So she decided to run for U.S. Senate to fix a few things that she went through. So shout out to Pamela Moses, flipping the system and now be trying to become a part of it. So vote for Pamela Moses. That election is in November. So she's running for Senate. So yeah, great come up story. She's talking about some of the issues she faced. So yeah, she's doing the work, right?
We're coming to get our check.
Yeah, we coming to get the check, right? So yeah, vote for Pamela Moses. You got my vote, just for the story alone. And she's not Republican. She's not Democrat. She is independent. So independent sister. And the last name should let us know. Biblical, you all. That's why we do the mob on Sundays. Pamela Moses. Shout out to the sister. But in other politics, vote for my guy, Marcus Porter. He's running for the school district for the, District 4 school board, right? So vote for him. And I believe his is coming up in the upcoming election. He's doing a campaign right now. Good friend of mine, great mindset. Here's his ad for his campaign right here, so you can get a little bit, get to know him in case you all don't know about Marcus Porter. Check this out.
Growing up in Orange Mound and a graduate of Melrose High School, I know what it feels like to be a child in survival mode without a positive male role model. As a father of 2 students attending Memphis Shelby County Schools and a former employee of MSCS, I have been on the front line as a parent and employee.
Hello, I am Tamarcus Porter, candidate for Memphis Shelby County School Board District 4.
Our school system is currently ranked one of the lowest performing in Tennessee. More than 60% of students live in low-income areas, which is more than any other county in the state. I will advocate for mental health resources that have affected our children's ability to learn.
So the focus is on safety and not crime. I will also not forget about our teachers who are dedicated to the success of our children. They are worth fighting for. It is time for a change, a transformational change. I humbly ask for your vote. Vote to Marcus Porter for Memphis Shelby County School Board District 4 on August 1st.
Vote for our guy, Marcus Porter. And don't forget, School Board District 4.
Growing up in Orange.
So yeah, vote for a guy T. Porter, right? Right. District 4 School Board. You don't know much about him, just take my word for it. This man is proven. He's going to do the right thing, has the right mentality. I trust him to Marcus. He'll do the right thing. Known him for a very, very long time. So yeah, he has my vote. Hopefully he can come through the mob sometime and talk about a few things once he wins. So we're gonna speak into existence that Tamarcus will win this. He'll come on the mob. Hell yeah, Tamarcus, I did steal that off your page, but hey, trying to help you out, brother. I see you repping the mound right there. Don't do your brother like that. Well, good call. So yeah, vote for him and vote for Miss Pam Moses, right? And I say, did I go to the mind, body, energy? Stop talking about if it's like gas and water and focus on mind, body, and energy. Word from the mind. We brought the graphic back. We felt like it was relevant to this show. Because you're always talking about your light, gas, and water bill. What about mind, body, and energy? What's that bill look like from within? How the lights on inside of you? They always want you to talk about the lights. Because if the lights are messed up inside of you, then like nobody cares about the lights in your house being on. That ain't gonna work, bro. Trust me. Mind, body, and energy. Energy can be stolen, you all. Your energy is what they want. That's what I'm talking about, distractions. Everything, I say different words, but it's the same language. Detach. Energy. Stolen energy. Dope. Who's your dope dealer? Dopamine. What gets you going? What's got your attention? Who you rocking with? Why you ain't rocking with the mob? What? Like, what's wrong with the mob? What are we talking about that you don't care about? And why don't you care about it? Because you don't think you can help me? Trust me. One person can change the whole city. I just need the right person who needs to hear this to hear it. A quick rundown. There is a rap museum coming to Memphis. So it's going to have all types of Memphis stuff, right? I don't really mind this. Tax dollars going towards it. Hey, so be it. This is my culture, my people. I have a problem with that. We could use some good, good things to talk about. Memphis, we're hot. We're on the map. Everybody always talking about what the rappers doing. We need to get the rappers involved. So, hey, bro, they got you a museum. There you go. They got some statues for you. That's about all you're going to get out of them. So, yeah, as you can see, everybody's favorite rapper on there, Yo Gotti, Juicy J, Glorilla. They putting up Money Bag Yo. She's going to have some Dolph in there. Rest in peace to Flipper. Right? Ball and G. Whatnot. Right? So, is that working on that? I don't know when they'll be up. Coming soon. Now, if you want you a hot taco out the city, taco and right? Yeah. I gotta say this and told me to say something, but I thought it'd be funny though. Do a little humor. Shooting the best tacos in there. Taco and right? Yeah, y'all done got the Migo gang in Memphis acting crazy because this man got a taco with a shiesty mask on with the AKs hanging at the taco. This is not Photoshop, dog. Only a minute. Hot taco. Gun hot. Gun hot taco. So, yeah, this is I'm sure Taco Anthrax is going to make it. Looks like cartel tacos, JXP. But hey. There's like a little cocaine on your taco, amigo. Yeah, now I'm just gonna go down. I'm just gonna give me some hand out bottles. Leave the guns hanging out the barbecue sandwich. All right, so let's talk about Black Soul. We're about to get out of here. Before we get out of here, a soul with grace and dignity. This is how you should view yourself. A soul with a rich cultural and spiritual legacy. A soul born on purpose with a purpose. A soul with vision on a mission. Do not allow anyone to make you feel less than a radiant, powerful being that you are. Right? And it goes with the Agenda 21. And social media make you feel a certain type of way because you may not have all the material things that the favorite people that you follow keep showing because they're empty on the inside. The happiest people are not constantly putting pictures up, y'all. Because if you're really happy, busy being happy, you don't have time to take pictures. No, all the time. I ain't saying everybody, right? You don't have time to go live and hold the phone up when you really having fun. When you really enjoying the moment. When you absorbing the moment. When you living life. Like, for real. Like, if I know people say stuff about pictures like, man, Holiday, you don't take no pictures. Well, how about when you check out of here, people aren't going to be able to see you and look at them. Hey, man, enjoy me while I'm here. I'm not going to be here forever. Just enjoy my presence while I'm here. And pictures can't bring me back anyway, so it's not take anybody for granted. Pick up the phone, give them a call, go pull up on them. I'll let them. That works too. Instead of taking pictures and looking at pictures online. Because all the people that I know that have passed away, I never go look at their pictures online because I'm not trying to depress myself or down myself. I pretty much had a good relationship with them when they were here. So I understand, I have a better understanding that they've transcended. Right? They're on a mission. So don't let anyone throw you off your mission. Right? Don't attach yourself to it. Too many things. We're all about the detachment. Right? So keep popping all them fireworks. Y'all still popping damn fireworks. And that's crazy to me. Heal thyself. Stop popping fireworks on July the 7th. I'm surprised they ain't popping them right now. Like, damn. Are we over the bull? Yeah, I like another question though. Like, I have to. Like, are there any black-owned firework distributors in this city? Like, cause every time I used to go to all those little firework places, the hillbillies were, man, on deck. And we didn't even mind. We just kept on spending our little black dollars over there with them like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. And they took them too, even though they didn't like us. Because they knew we wanted to pop some fireworks and celebrate our independence. They like some damn. So yeah. But yeah. Who can save you? Okay, you save me a few dollars on some fireworks. I like that. That'll probably affect me more than blaming these people. That's why I want to give you all that. Mind, body, and energy. You know you gotta pay like gas and water, but don't put it over your own body. Right over your own body, mind, body, and energy. Right? That's cool. We talked about the youth and the fear-induced environment, how the 70-plus-year-old man felt about the 15-year-old kids, how they felt about one another. And as a result, what kind of environment you get. Yeah, Agenda 21, and why you struggle, and the benefits of detachment, right? 19 Keys, Nick Cannon. Check that full interview out. That is dope. Vote for Pam Moses and Tamarcus Porter. And always remember, Kate, none of these people up here save you. Only you can save you, right? That's what I want you to know. Be the best version of yourself for you and your family, and detach. Those are the solutions for this week. Next week, we'll have more. Right? We'll have something dope. Now, this is Memphis Over Bull. live. We ain't finna be live too much longer because the show is over. I'll see y'all next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Be there. We'll be back on Facebook, YouTube, and all of that. Check us out. Subscribe to the page, hit the like button if you haven't already, and share this because somebody needs to hear it somewhere. Till then, see y'all next week. Love y'all. Be gone.